Miss Jackie with the family of 10 who also moved abroad in pretty record time. Can you
Yes.
share like why now for you? Why was 2025 the time
Yeah.
back to the US?
So 2025 really wasn't our number. We really didn't have a timeline. We just knew that it was time to go. We started off with just, my husband saying he wanted to retire early, been working since he was probably 14 years old. And then it just went to kind of exploded a little bit where my children were like, well, I'm not staying here. I'm going with you all. So we had to make plans and figure out a place that would be good for our grandchildren because we knew that the culture shock would be more, it would hurt them more than it would harm us. So we thought about it, and the urgency came when my grandson, my oldest grandson, he was getting ready to start high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hit home because my daughter, she homeschooled the younger children. So, them not being in school didn't really bother us as much. But the oldest one was in school. I couldn't imagine him going to high school. It just
Right.
gets worse and worse. Elementary school, it's not as bad, but it's still bad things happening. Middle school, bad things are happening, but not as bad. But high school, it hit home that my grandson, my 14-year-old, who I call my angel, he's no longer a little boy to them anymore. He's a threat now.
Yes.
He's a young black boy with locks. Well, he just cut them off, but he's a young black boy who has locks, and they look at him as a threat. And in my family of 10, it's only three females, me, my daughter, and my granddaughter.
Oh,
Everybody else is black men. And it's just getting worse and worse every single day, especially for our black men, and it's scary. My family just has to go. And we didn't know it all. We're going to figure it out along the way, but we're here in Panama and we're figuring it out.
Jackie's been part of the fam since 2024. So I remember the early conversations and
Mhm.
the work that you had to put in, getting everyone's passport and getting everyone situated,
Yes.
and not knowing exactly when you were going to make a
Yep.
move, but you knew that you had to make a move, right?
Yep.
In order to
Hmm.
protect your family and making sure that they're not just living in a state of anxiety, but they are thriving, girl. I see y'all up on the rooftop pool hanging out. And I see the smiles. So I definitely
Yeah.
once again commend you
Yeah.
for being about that action.